welcome back. Here we're looking at the next rank of jets. We're past the early jets, so now we're covering the 8.7 up to 9.3 range, which includes the Yak-23, the MiG-15 BIS, IL-28, Tu-14 for bombing, Yak-30, MiG-17, and up to the... I did squeeze in a MiG-19 here just because it averages out to 9.3. Depending on how you do your lineup, if you have some stuff below 9.7, it'll average overall. So if I take this out, I'll have 9.3 still, depending, or 8.7 or 9.0, but then it'll compress us down just due to the fact that Arcade Air compression gives you up to, I believe, 1.4 rating above or below. So here we could hit probably a 10.3 situation with Phantoms, but let's go ahead and give it a try and see what we run into. I think with USA, some of the 9.0s, you have Sabres and some F9. I think there's an F9 that carries missiles. Here we're going to hit some missile carrying planes, but these are going to be the early missile carriers beyond the Yak-38, which has R-60s. And then you obviously have the Harrier spam, which is in this 9.7 range, and the Premium Harrier, and maybe some F5s. So if you want to stay away from the missile meta, you probably want to stay in the 8.0, 7.0 range to 8.0 range. You're still fully relying on guns and unguided rockets. I like this battle rating because we're not dealing with the full top tier all aspect missiles. Here, see, we have some German MiGs here. There's a Harrier, of course. There's always Harriers in this rating. There is some missile carrying Sabres, the PFM, Javelins, J-35s, and of course A4Es. That one carries, I believe, radar missiles, so we want to be aware of that. Usually what I like to fly in, I can fly in with my MiG-19 first, and then we'll get into the other aircraft later. This airplane is really, really fun still, and at least in this battle range. When you start playing against top-tier planes with this, you're not going to really have much of a chance just due to the fact that you don't have any countermeasures. See if we can go for this Harrier. I'm going to go ahead and disable my radar just because for radar warning receivers, they get a bunch of alerts that something is looking at them. I'm going to lead just ahead and I'm able to get that shot off on them. And the awesome thing about the MiG-19 is it has a super long duration for its cooldown. So you can hit your afterburner for a good amount of time before you need to let the cooldown happen. Got a crit on him, and that's going to affect his maneuverability and speed. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can come in and clean up. I have my Heat Seeker R3S, which isn't really going to do too much. I can go ahead and fire just to force him to change up. Okay, he ended up jumping out, so he's left with his CL now. Let's see what he spawns in with. So we've taken out, the radar plane. We still need to worry about the Javelin there, which if he's turning a lot, he's probably going to lose a lot of his energy and then be a sitting duck. And it looks like he's... I don't know what's going on there. But let's go ahead and try to get a missile off if he's just flying straight. And my missile was able to get him, so I don't know what happened there. He was going pretty slow. This Draken here looks like he's damaged, so let's go ahead and chase him here. Has good angle of attack, but doesn't have much beyond that. So we're pretty close to their spawn now. I'm gonna go ahead and just extend forward here. Oh, someone got a nice shot off onto me. The PFM doing a good job. That was well played by the PFM. taken out most of the threats. This PFM is definitely one. We'll go back in and try. There was a missile that you saw right at the last second before I hit the water there. Let's go ahead and use the F-13. It's similar to the PFM. It just, you only get a couple of good turns before you lose a lot of energy. So this takes a lot of management, and because of the fact that the gun is just offset to the side, makes getting guns on target a little harder. But we'll give it a shot, and then we'll come in after this with the MiG-15 and 17. So that MiG-21 that killed us is engaging in the MiG-17, and doing so he's going to burn a lot of his speed trying to evade. MiG-17 is a fantastic turn fighter. Here, let's see if we can get a shot off here. And we were able to lead with a couple of bursts, and he's out. I'm carrying the S-24s with 1,000 meter distance, and what I try to do is in a head-on fire these directly at the enemy and see if I can get a nice a kill where they fly into the blast radius of the missile, or the rockets I should say, not missiles. So let's see if we can get that to happen here. He's about 1.4 here. There we go, right on. He flew right into the explosion cloud, and wasn't a good day for him. And that was his backup plane that he used for his PFM, so he's out. Which people don't expect to run into that. So you can do that with a lot of the American planes too, when they're going to try to bully you with the Vulcan cannon. You can come in and keep them engaged so that they're flying straight into you. Some of them are aware, and so they'll roll away at the last second and they'll dodge that explosion cloud, but some people will commit and they'll go straight into that explosion cloud, which is awesome for a nice little kill. We've got a minute and a half or so before we get those rockets back, so we can probably start trying to go for some more gun kills. I only have 31 rounds left in this belt. But that IL-28, let's go ahead and try to go for. The tail gunner might do some major damage, but it's fine. We'll spawn back in with something else if we need. Ooh, I just ran into his damaged tail there while I was diving, and I'm taking a fuel leak and some oil temperature starting to go down. I'm going to go ahead and plan for my landing, and we'll just ditch and we'll spawn back in with something else. So because this plane loses a lot of speed just by using the nose and maneuvering it, I can pop my gear and my air brake, and with just my nose I'm already burning a ton of speed here. So glide it in. There we go. Hit my brakes, parachute deployed, and we'll cut our speed here. I wonder if that TU is going to try to go to kill me. Let's see. If he gets me, I'll totally let him too, because I can't do anything now, even if I J out. Oh, if he made it, it would have been I would have applauded his kill. He was going for it, but F-84 might. Oh, well done, I have to say. His bombs made it. He lobbed the bomb, which is well done by him. Well done. I guess I could have gone to the end of the airfield for my landing to have a little bit more distance, but it's good to know for next time. So if you do go in for a repair, do it as far away from where the enemy's airspace is so that they have to actually go into our air defenses a bit. Let's go ahead and come in with the MiG-15. I've done some previous videos on this, and it's one of my favorite planes in the game. It's pretty forgiving with its energy. And in the vertical, it's extremely well. You can definitely have fun with sabers. Back when it used to be sabers and MiGs, before we had all of these extra top tier planes, the MiG-17 at the time was the top tier, and I believe one of I think the F2 Saber, the other one was top tier, and the CL-13 used to club. But things have changed a lot with War Thunder, so as they add more newer and newer technology, the meta will change, but this is still a fun plane to dogfight with. LA-174 is very much like a Yak-30. It turns pretty well, and as close as we are to their base air defenses, I don't want to get slapped too hard, so turned at the last second there. Well, that G91's gone. See if we can come in again for another pass. Hit my flaps, turn them back on to raised, and almost had guns there. Let's loop here, keep my flaps ready, and then raise them. Our teammate got him right before we were able to make that approach. And I think that's the last player left alive. Most of everyone else has left the game or is spectating at this point. And that's it. So I think there's a 190. Try to get rockets on that pillbox. Didn't do too much damage, but there's a CL-13. And it looks like our team is now attempting to disarm their base, which I guess we could try to do, so they can't hide behind their base defense. Although we're probably going to take some major damage in the process of doing this. And I crashed. Got 2 AA in the process. We'll fly in with our MiG-17. The CL's going for some bombs on those boats, I believe. No? Wonder if he's able to outrun our planes. CL's... Some of the German CLs are... There's some that hold energy really well and they can really catch you if you're not aware. I've been surprised by a few in the past. Almost. And our team got him. Very good. I think that basically should round out the game. Oh, there's still some people spawning in. Let's see if we can get them with some rockets. So here for a propeller plane, you're going to try to go at 1.3. There we go. There we go. Right at 1.3. 1.4 to 1.5 or 1.4 for supersonic planes or faster jets. Props, you got to do it a little closer. So he flew right into that explosion. And that'll end that game, and we'll take a victory. And a nice little bonus of silver lions on top. And we got a task done for the day as well. So we'll end the recording here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like these. I'll try to keep making them as the game progresses with additional tips. It's always nice to have more people in arcade. I know everyone gravitates towards real battles, but it's important that we also showcase arcade battles. Thank you.